Hey YouTube, Nigel here with another entry for the Bring the Song challenge. This is kind of a long song, so if you gotta go to the bathroom or grab some snacks, do it now. This is my March entry. You may be wondering what happened to February. February's coming, it's just taken a little longer than originally planned. So here we go. The Tale of Johnny L. My name is Johnny LeBlanc, they call me Johnny L. Not surprised you haven't heard of me, I ain't doing real well. I died in 1891 in the Gulf of Maine. I set sail for Boston and was never seen again. My daddy was a sailor, he sailed the 7 seas. I followed in his footsteps, it brought me to my knees. Now Ma and Pa were just 18 when I came into their lives. They gave me Irish whiskey for silencing my cries. They did their best to raise me, though Pa was often gone. When he was around, he was brash and loud or passed out on the lawn. But I know that he loved me, he was the only one. He kept a picture in his wallet of his only son. Almost. I grew up rough, I grew up strong, I'm not saying I'm alright. Drinking, smoking, gambling, and pretty quick to fight. I quit school when I was 8, started working on the docks. Seen many a sailor lost at sea or brought home in a box. I sure did grow up fast, it's true, my father told me, son. Raised you the only way I knew, fight fair and never run. I was built like a tree at 6'3" and just as big around. The hair atop my head was long in varying shades of brown. Eyes as black as midnight with twinkling little stars. Scruffy beard upon my face to hide the battle scars. My flesh was strong brown from the sun, tattoos on every limb. And hidden beneath a tender heart disguised by weathered skin. I lived upon the water for most of my life. Never had no children, never took no wife. It's hard to make a living, to sail upon the waves. Back and forth to Boston, gone for many days. I've had my share of women, sure, just none to call my own. I was married to the sea, I guess, worked my fingers to the bone. I was fond of gambling, bets I've placed a few. Playing cards on Sunday instead of sitting in a pew. I was playing against a blind man, so the story goes. He called me a dirty cheater, so I punched him in the nose. A fight broke out in the bar that night, I took on 20 men. I whooped them all and was never called a dirty cheat again. I've often got a bottle of whiskey, rum or beer, staggering up the boardwalk or sleeping on the pier. All the sins and vices, I think I've tried them all. Just how I got in this mess, I really can't recall. It's a wonderful life, I told myself there's better days ahead. Now somebody get me up off this floor and drag my ass to bed. Late one summer I got word to gather up the crew, load up the ship and prepare to sail off into the blue. Check the rigging, pump the ballast, let the mainsail fly. Going back to Boston, boys, kiss your wives goodbye. We set sail at sunrise, the morning sky was red. The crew looked kinda nervous, that's just what sailors dread. The trip was rough, the crew was sick, they call it the sailor's curse. Nothing seemed to go right, that's when things got worse. I ran out of whiskey and I lost the ace of clubs. I'd rather be on dry land than brawling in the pub. The waves they crashed upon the deck, the wind blew hard and cold. A hurricane was brewing hard, the vessel pitched and rolled. I dropped to my knees on the deck and started praying for my crew. They've got families back on land with dreams to pursue. Take me, I said, I'm too far gone, I've been a sinner all my life. I'll try to be a better man in the afterlife. The Lord, he had no mercy, for one as lost as I. Every man was lost but one, he town met down at the cenotaph, where carved in stone is a list of names of all the sailors past. My pa was there, a tear on his cheek, he couldn't hide his pain. He placed a wreath of flowers as it began to rain. And if you were to count them all, you'd find there 21. One for every year since the birth of his son. My name was Johnny LeBlanc, they called me Johnny L. Some say I've gone to heaven, most know I went to hell. Not bad, only one mistake. Alright, thanks guys.